There's no one-size-fits-all approach to creating a successful fundraising strategy and plan.
People are nervous, right? It's a big deal. We're raising $10 million, even if we're raising $1 or $3 million, depending on the size of the org.
Major gift fundraising is not deadline driven. It really is probably the only type of fundraising, along with planned giving, that is not deadline driven.
AI comes on the scene that's affordable, accessible, that can provide insights and personalization at scale.
That's the first core element of this fundraising engine or funnel, is making sure that the top of your funnel, the beginning of your fundraising process, you are in front of the right people.
What do the people we serve need? And how do we open the door to help them get there?
What happens a lot of times is we get this discomfort or this fear, and our brain tells our body to stop.
We can acquire donors and we can automate everything. And that's where I worry, at least personally, around the perils of AI, that it would remove humans from the interaction.
This is the Intentional Fundraiser Podcast.
Welcome to the Intentional Fundraiser Podcast, where we dive deep into strategies that transform your fundraising and, ultimately, the world. I'm your host, Tammy Zonker, and today we're tackling a topic that's near and dear to my heart: the power of challenge gifts and capital campaigns. Imagine you're standing at the base of a mountain, your capital campaign goal looming high above you. It seems insurmountable, doesn't it? But what if I told you there's a secret weapon that could not only help you reach that peak, but inspire an entire army of supporters to join you on the climb? That's the magic of challenge gifts, my friends. Now, before we dive in, I want you to take a moment and think about the last time you felt truly inspired to give. What motivated you? Was it a compelling story, a sense of urgency, or perhaps the knowledge that your gift would be multiplied? Hold on to that feeling, because we're about to explore how to create that same spark for your donors. Let me start with a story from my own fundraising journey. Early in my career, I was working on a capital campaign for a small arts organization. We were struggling to gain traction, and morale was low. Then, like a bolt from the blue, one of our board members stepped up with a challenge gift. She offered $100,000 if we could raise matching funds from new donors within 30 days. At first, I was terrified. How could we possibly meet this challenge? But as we started sharing the news with our community, something incredible happened. People got excited. They felt like they were part of something bigger than themselves. By the end of those 30 days, we hadn't just met the challenge. We'd exceeded it, raising $150,000 from new donors and energizing our entire campaign. That experience taught me a valuable lesson. Challenge gifts aren't just about the money. They're about creating momentum, building community, and inspiring others to join your cause. And today, I'm going to show you how to harness that power for your own campaigns. But first, let's talk about why challenge gifts are so effective. It's not just anecdotal. There's solid research backing this up. A study by Dean Carlin and John List found that challenge gifts can increase both the number of donors and the total amount raised. They discovered that campaigns with challenge gifts attracted 23% more donors and increased total contributions by 18% compared to identical campaigns without challenges. That's a significant boost, and it gets even better. Another study showed that increasing the seed money, that's the initial challenge gift, from 10% to 67% of a campaign goal, yielded a six-fold increase in contribution. It affected both participation rates and average gift size. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Tammy, my donors aren't billionaires. How can I make this work for my organization? Here's the beautiful thing. Challenge gifts can work at any scale. Whether you're raising $10,000 or $10 million, the principles remain the same. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Kindsight builds technology that helps nonprofits make a difference. It was born when 3 leading-edge nonprofit technologies, iWave, Ascend, and Nonprofit OS, came together to better support organizations with purpose-built tools designed to make fundraising easier, faster, and more effective. With a combined 40 years working with nonprofits and other fundraising organizations, we have seen the generosity landscape evolve and change in ways we never could have predicted. It's become clear that the best approach to fundraising is a personalized and meaningful one, a human approach. But that's not easy when goals are high and resources are scarce. That's where Kindsight comes in. With Kindsight, fundraisers can find and qualify potential donors with the world's largest proprietary donor database, engage with those donors quickly and effectively with AI-powered content generation, and keep everything on track with a centralized CRM built specifically for fundraising teams. Connect your story to donors who care about your cause at any scale in real time. That's the power of Kindsight.
Let's break down why challenge gifts are so powerful. They create urgency. When donors know there's a deadline to meet the challenge, it motivates them to act quickly. They leverage social proof. People are more likely to give when they see others doing the same. They offer a multiplier effect. Donors love knowing their gift will have an outsized impact. They provide a clear goal. Instead of an abstract campaign target, donors can focus on a specific, achievable challenge. Now let's talk about how to implement challenge gifts effectively. I've developed a strategy I call the 5 M's of challenge gifts. Here they are. Motivate. Start by motivating your potential challenge gift donor. Show them how their leadership can inspire others and create a ripple effect of generosity. Match. Work with the donor to set up a matching structure that makes sense for your campaign. This could be a dollar-for-dollar match, a percentage match, or even a challenge based on the number of new donors. Mobilize. Once you have the challenge gift in place, mobilize your team to spread the word. This is where your storytelling skills come into play. Monitor. Keep a close eye on your progress and share regular updates with both your challenge donor and your community. Magnify. After the challenge is met, magnify the impact by sharing the results and celebrating the collective achievement. Let me give you a real-world example of how this played out. I was working with a small environmental nonprofit on their first major capital campaign. They needed to raise $2 million to purchase and protect a critical piece of habitat. We secured a $500,000 challenge gift from a longtime supporter. The challenge was to raise matching funds from new donors within 6 months. Here's how we applied the 5 M's. Motivate. We showed the challenge donor how their gift could inspire a new generation of conservationists. Match. We structured the gift as a dollar-for-dollar match for new donors, up to $500,000. Mobilize. We created a multi-channel campaign called Double Your Impact for Nature, with stories, videos, and social media content showcasing the habitat at risk. Monitor. We set up a thermometer on our website and sent weekly updates to our challenge donor and our community. Magnify. When we met the challenge, 2 weeks early, I might add, we held a celebration event at the protected habitat, bringing together the challenge donor, new donors, and community members. The results were staggering. We not only met the $500,000 challenge, but exceeded it, raising $750,000 from new donors. This meant a total campaign impact of $1.25 million, plus 237 new donors added to our base. The challenge gift had created a momentum that carried us well beyond our initial goals. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, that sounds great, Tammy, but how do I actually approach a donor for a challenge gift? Great question. Let's break it down into steps. Start with your inner circle, board members, longtime supporters, or major donors who already understand your mission are often the best place to start. Frame it as leadership. Emphasize how their challenge gift will inspire and motivate others. It's not just about the money. It's about setting an example. Be specific. Present clear, achievable goals. For example, your $100,000 challenge gift will inspire 100 new donors to give $1,000 each. Create urgency. Time-limited challenges can be incredibly effective. Consider setting a deadline that aligns with your campaign timeline. Show the impact. Use stories, data, and visuals to demonstrate exactly how the challenge gift and the resulting donations will make a difference. Remember, many major donors are excited by the opportunity to magnify their impact. You're not just asking for money, you're offering them a chance to inspire others and create a lasting legacy. Now let's pause for a moment. I want you to think about your current donor base. Who stands out as a potential challenge gift donor? Jot down a few names. We'll come back to this later. Now let's address some common concerns I hear about challenge gifts. What if we don't meet the challenge? This is a valid concern, but it's also an opportunity. Be transparent with your challenge donor from the start. Many will be flexible if you've made a good faith effort. You can also structure the challenge in tiers, so you receive part of the gift even if you don't meet the full goal. We don't have any donors who can make large challenge gifts. Remember, challenge gifts can work at any scale. Even a $5,000 challenge can be effective for a smaller campaign. Focus on finding a gift that's stretching but achievable for your organization. It seems like a lot of work. Yes, managing a challenge gift campaign requires effort, but the payoff can be enormous, not just in terms of money raised, but in donor engagement and community building. Now let's talk about some advanced strategies for using challenge gifts. Cascading challenges. Start with a large challenge gift, then use smaller challenges throughout the campaign to maintain momentum. For example, a board member might offer a $10,000 challenge if you can get 50 new donors in a week. Peer-to-peer challenges. Encourage supporters to create their own mini challenges among their networks. This can be especially effective on social media. Non-monetary challenges. Consider challenges based on volunteer hours or social media shares. This can engage supporters who may not be able to make large financial contributions. And now for a final word from our sponsor.
Every fundraiser knows that the secret to success lies in creating authentic connections. This starts with data, but that data needs to turn into insights that inspire action, which in turn fosters generosity and long-term donor relationships. Kindsight's fundraising intelligence solution lets any nonprofit do just that at any scale, with the world's largest proprietary donor database, AI-powered content generation, an award-winning CRM built specifically for fundraising teams, and much more. Go to kindsight.io to see it in action.
Community challenges. Partner with local businesses or community groups to create challenges that engage the broader community. Remember, the key to success with challenge gifts is creativity and clear communication. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Now let's get practical. I want to give you a step-by-step action plan for implementing challenge gifts in your next campaign. Identify potential challenge gift donors. Remember those names you jotted down earlier? Start there. Develop your case for support. Why is this campaign critical? How will the challenge gift make a difference? Create a one-page overview of how the challenge will work. Keep it simple and clear. Practice your pitch. Role play with colleagues before approaching donors. Make the ask. Remember, you're offering an opportunity for leadership. Once you secure the challenge gift, develop a comprehensive communication plan. How will you share the news? What channels will you use? Launch your challenge campaign with fanfare. Make it exciting. Provide regular updates to both your challenge donor and your community. Celebrate milestones along the way. Every new donor is a win. When you meet the challenge, shout it from the rooftops. Share the impact and give credit to everyone who participated. Before we wrap up, I want to address a question I often get. Tammy, this all sounds great for capital campaigns, but can challenge gifts work for annual giving or other types of fundraising? Absolutely. The principles we've discussed can be applied to any fundraising effort, whether you're running a year-end appeal, a crowdfunding campaign, or a monthly giving program. Challenge gifts can help you reach and exceed your goals. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this thought. Challenge gifts are more than just a fundraising tactic. They're a way to build community, inspire generosity, and create a sense of shared purpose around your mission. When you use challenge gifts effectively, you're not just raising money, you're creating a movement. So here's my challenge to you. In the next week, identify one potential challenge gift donor and schedule a meeting to discuss the possibility. Remember, you're not just asking for money. You're inviting them to take a leadership role in transforming your organization and your community. I'd love to hear how it goes. Connect with me on LinkedIn and share your experiences or questions. If you found this episode helpful, please leave a review and share it with a fellow fundraiser. Until next time, remember, keep transforming your fundraising so you can transform the world.
The Intentional Fundraiser Podcast is a Fundraising Transformed original. I'm Trent Thompson, the executive producer and CMO and head of community at Fundraising Transform. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review it and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Visit fundraisingtransform.com to get resources mentioned during this episode and subscribe to our Scaling Major Gifts newsletter.